Hello everyone, welcome to Soumya's Diary. I am Soumya Ranjan Pati. Today we will discuss about telecommunication sector, the key initiatives in telecommunication sector. Telecommunication sector is made up of companies that make communication possible, whether it is through internet, phone, airwaves or cables. These companies create the infrastructure that allows data in word, voice or through video can be sent through anywhere in the world. Telecom equipment, telecom service, and wireless communication are the subsectors of this sector. Now, come to the question given in the thumbnail. The word information society is mentioned. So, what is information society? Information society means a society where the usage, creation, distribution, manipulation, and integration of information is a significant activity. For example, through this podcast initiative, I am creating information. Through the web channels, it is distributed. All my information is integrated in my channel. You are using it for your benefit. The telecommunication sector is becoming the prime instrument through which data is transferred. Thus, effective telecommunication policy will be helpful in developing information society. Then, who makes the policy for telecommunication sector? It is the Department of Telecommunication. It is responsible for telecom policy, licensing and coordination matters relating to telegraph, telephones, telecom wireless data, international cooperation in matters connected to telecommunication, promotion of standardization, research and development, promotion of private investment, enforces the wireless regulatory measures, and responsible for frequency management in case of radio communication. So, there is a Digital Communications Commission. It is responsible for formulation of policy of Department of Telecommunication for approval of the government. Then it also prepares the budget for the department. Then implementation of government's policy in all matters concerning to the telecommunication. So these are the broad framework of the Digital Communications Commission. Now let's discuss about National Digital Communication Policy 2018. In our last discussion on Department of Science and Technology, we discussed about Internet of Things. We appreciated that it provides infrastructure for information society. Similarly, might be you are aware of 5G technology for mobile network. It can provide data at multi-Gbps peak speed, ultra low latency. Latency means less delay in data processing, more reliability, massive network capability. So these are the outstanding feature of 5G technology. There is also development of machine-to-machine interface without human face involvement. All these developments are transforming the ecosystem of communication technology. Behind this backdrop, National Digital Communication Policy 2018 is announced. It is based on three themes. The first one is Connect India. Under this, there is need to create robust digital communication infrastructure to promote broadband for all as a tool of socio-economic development. Then the next theme is Propel India. By enabling next generation technology and services through investment, innovation and IPR generation, it will bring fourth industrial revolution. I hope everybody must be knowing what is fourth industrial revolution. If you don't know, please refer to my blog on article on Internet of Things. Then the next theme is Secure India. Under this digital sovereignty of India, protection of interest of Indian citizen, data protection is taken care. So allow me to explain the term digital sovereignty. The term sovereignty refers to the ability to act in a self-determined manner, free from foreign domination. This idea of sovereignty of ruler was further replaced by the idea of popular sovereignty later, where people delegate this power to the government. In modern democracy, the term sovereignty is linked with rule of law. A democratic state's sovereignty involves securing the ability of its citizens to self determination with their inalienable rights. Thus, it serves the purpose of enabling all persons to be respected in their own personal right and to act on their own authority. The prime responsibility of the state to guarantee this general condition. However, due to digital connectivity, cross-border data transfer is happening. Digitalization process is dominated by few big companies and they are influencing the creation and regulation of the market, for example, e-commerce. Again, the Western countries, particularly the US, is using its hegemonic power to use these services for its secret service. Again, the Chinese model in the digital space that is controlled by the state, they are using it for their own benefit. Against this backdrop, the concept of digital sovereignty is developed. It refers to the ability of individual as well as state or commercial institutions to make autonomous use of digital technology and to independently and securely exercise their roles in times of digitalization. With the increasing demand of digital sovereignty, the European General Data Protection Regulation was enacted. The intermediaries has to comply with such regulation. In India also we are trying to develop digital sovereignty. We have a data protection bill. We will discuss about it separately. The digital policy also mention about the principle of net neutrality. Net neutrality means the service provider, they must treat all the internet communications equally. No discrimination should be there. So I will advise you, please go through the literature of the policy given in my blog. You will understand it. Rest points are quite simple. Now, allow me to highlight some of the key initiatives of the department. So the first one is National Broadband Mission. It aims to provide affordable and universal access of broadband for all. Thus, it tries to bridge the digital divide. In simple term, you can say it tries to divide the inaccessibility of the issue of internet. I have arranged one webinar on the topic digital divide. It is available in my channel. You can also visit my blog on digital divide for better understanding of the concept. What is digital divide? What are the different dimensions and what are the way forward? Then the next initiative is Prime Minister's Wi-Fi Access Network Interface. It aims to proliferate broadband internet service through public Wi-Fi network. Thus, it will bring the technology entrepreneur into the front line. Then the next one is Saral Sanchar. It is a web-based portal for issuing various types of license and registration certificate to other service providers. So what is other service provider? Other service providers are companies or firms which provide secondary or tertiary service like telemedicine, telebanking. These are the services. Then another scheme of Department of Commerce, that is Champion Service Sector Scheme. This is a central sector scheme under which 12 identified sectors are given more attention for their development and realization of their full potential. Under this scheme, Department of Telecommunication has proposed two sub-schemes. One is Brand Building of India as a telecom manufacturing and service destination, and the second one is Setting up of Digital Communication Innovation Square. Then there are some initiatives for emerging technology like indigenous 5G testbed program, next generation internet protocol. What is next generation internet protocol? The next generation internet protocol is version 6. Right now we are running version 4. This protocol provides an identification and location system for computers on network and routes traffic across the internet. Some other initiatives are also mentioned. Please go through the article. So that's all for today. Hope the content will be helpful for your preparation. Thank you very much for your precious time. Meet you tomorrow with another topic. Thank you again.